This presentation is part of a workshop voicing indigenous food sovereignty struggles, which has been organized by the project Indigenous Food Systems in Transition, financed by Future Food at the Swedish University for Agricultural Sciences. Furthermore, the workshop was organized in collaboration with Case Study 18 of the Horizon 2020 Finance project Just North. You are welcome to listen to the lecture.
I now move on to our next presenter, and next presenter is Helena and Peter Anderson.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
First, I want to say thanks for all the people who have decided to join this meeting.
We are one of the family who works with reindeer husbandry in Idre Sami village, the southernmost Sami village in Sweden. And Peter, you can tell me about this.
Yeah, and we are 4 families now who work with reindeers in this area. It's have been reindeers herding in this area for very long time. So I don't know how long, but maybe 1,000 years or maybe more. We are middle of Sweden, and the south is Sami village, Sami, where the reindeers have where they have reindeers herding, and we also one of the smallest Sami village who in Sweden, and there are also a lot of very popular for the tourists to be here, and that's of course we are not so far away from all these big cities like Stockholm and Göteborg and like that. Yeah, we have I have worked with reindeers all my life, like my father and mother and grandmother and grandfather, and around 10 years ago, I think.
2007.
Yeah, 2007. We decided to think what more can we do, because they're not so. It's very hard to just live on the reindeers herding. It's not so many Sami who can live with only the reindeers herding. And a long time ago, it was also the hunting was very important, and the fishing, and in the middle of 50s, 40s, the handicraft coming also, the Sami handicraft. And we decided, we must do something more. So that's we decided to start with a butch house and
Butchery.
Butchery, yeah. So yeah, Helena can tell
No,
more.
you're good. Our company now, we were like in a crossroad. We needed to do something, end up with the reindeer herding, husbandry, or find another income, and to start butchering your own meat, to start have a shop where you can sell it directly to the customers was one way to find incomes, higher incomes for the meat. And today we have like 4 legs. We have tipis that we rent out for cottage. We have different guided tours to learn more about the Sami culture and also meet our reindeers. We taking care of all our meat ourselves, and something that has really been increasing is the interest of the Sami food. We also serve customers and talk about the Sami food. Ska du prata?
Yeah, this here's some picture where how it's looking in our area, because I told you that we have a lot of tourists, and you see in one of the picture from 1960,
The first one in the left.
in the
This
left,
one.
up in the left, and there is just one road and no building and no
Forest cuttings.
no cross country skiing or no downhill skiing or like that. And in the picture down to the right,
This one.
there you can see how it expensive, how it's coming more and more people and coming more interest to build downhill and like that. So we are have a lot of people who want to come to the mountain and have some recreation.
This is how it looks right now, or actually for some years ago. This is actually the main area for our reindeer husbandry, our main area for the reindeers to graze. And as you can see, it's not so easy for them to to not be disturbed. And it's also increasing the irritation for customers. Everyone wants reindeers, but no one wants them on their area. No one wants them in their garden or forest.
Or that you, if you see this picture, this is a mountain where my father and they have used it for reindeers before 1970. But when this plan to build like this place, they never ask the Sami, the reindeer herder, oh, can we do that? What do you want? If it's going to be a problem, they just build it, and so that was how the government and all this they're doing with us. Well, in this time of this area.
To be working with reindeer herding and working also with tourism, but it has both positive and negatives effect. Of course, we, like our company now, we are demanded of the tourists to come and buy our reindeer meat and go on different guided tours, but there's also it's positive and negatives effect always. It's a fight to retain the right for the reindeers to keep their land for grazing. Everyone wants the land, the tourist companies, foresting, everything. And all the time you need to try to, but you need to do this because otherwise this area will not keep any more tourists, and you need to accept this and that. And it's like, so many times it's like a table. Everyone who needs a part of the land, a part of the table, vad heter det där? Bordsskiva. A part of the table, it would be like a hole in the table, and they can't understand that small part in this huge area. It doesn't have any effect, but they can't see what more are like forest companies that cut down the forest. You have roads, you have a lot of other things. Also the climate changes, and as now we have a really explosion of tourism in this area, and that also have consequences. The vegetation are more and more destroyed. The reindeer has less areas to graze, and also less time for finding peace to be grazing. And the climate change makes it, as we can see as the last years, the summer comes earlier and the mountain gets more dry, so the tourist comes quicker up higher on the mountains where the reindeers are having the babies. All this kind of all this makes it more oh, I'm so sorry about my bad English.
Intrusion.
But what did you say?
Intrusion.
Intrusion. All these intrusions also increase the cost and the working hours, and there are it's not so many, it's less time for recovering, and that also have effects. We can see there's a mental health that are decreasing actually. But it's not only bad things. To work to combine reindeer husbandry with tourism, it makes it also possible to have flexible working hours. You're not forced maybe to work. I'm very happy that we are not forced to work in mining or foresting to get the economy to continue to work with the reindeer herding. And also the higher incomes makes it possible for new generation to start working in the area and not are forced to move away. And it's also good that you can educate the customers that are the tourists that are visiting in this area. You can teach them to show respect. You can teach them how to behave when they see some reindeers, and it would be really nice if you also could make like a zone, an area where this area is not possible to be in right now, but go to this area instead, because there are no reindeers in that area right now. But that's something for the future, I guess.
Yeah, because now it's from the summer we see how can we do things that like a zone. You have some different places maybe in the mountain where, and sometimes maybe the people or tourists maybe not go to this place, or we can like Helena said, ask them if they can maybe go to another place in these 2 weeks when the reindeer need to have need to be not stirred. So we'll see. I hope also the government can see that all these tourists coming, more and more people, we must do something because so we can have the reindeers where they naturally should be.
Because right now they are moving down from the mountain to stay in areas where they've never been before, and then a lot of irritation starts. Yes, I saw that. I'm sorry, we are talking too much. As we said, we also are slaughtering and butchering, and this is something you can be really proud of, but there are a lot of challenges. We have strugglings to prevent the Sami traditional way to slaughter. We have, because like the government, to slaughter have high cost. Like Andreas said yesterday, slaughtering today you need to have quite a large number of reindeers because you have so large costs before you can start the slaughtering. And the government, they also they want to have fixed dates where the slaughter will be happening. And it's not so easy when you try to follow the nature and follow the reindeers. And when you have fixed dates, it gives higher cost. You need helicopters, you need transporting, and it's also very difficult to take care of blood intestines and things like that, because you need large investments, and you're not even allowed actually to smoke the meat in the traditional way in tipis. It's like Anneli said, it's not so easy for, they think that Sami, the reindeer herding is like they are Anneli, what did you say? That are in a stable, not out in the nature. So it's a challenge to present the knowledge of the traditional Sami food, but we keep on with that. It's nice to take care of your own meat and find new products or old products in the new marketing again.
So, but I think that I have worked with reindeers all my life, and like my grandfather and grandmother and all the people before that, they also have been in this area and worked with reindeers, and now also my son doing the same, and I think also in the future my grandchildren also can work with reindeers, because we have always used the land and be here, and I think we also should be here in the future. We can use the land that we always have done.
And we were supposed to start with thanking for this really nice workshop, and we are really proud that we were invited. So thank you so much.
And also, if you want to see more, we have also some websites.
Oh, okay.